Right, here we are. It's been a heat wave. It's been a heat wave here in Britain up until today, when I decide to come out. When I decide to come out, it pisses down with rain. So, got the ramp, KCRC, all the way from Canada, and we've got the X-Maxx, and I've got new springs on it. Those of you who follow my channel, you know, religiously, will have seen that I've updated. I put a little post on about these springs. They're Adu Racing. You seem to be all over Aliexpress nowadays. Adu Racing hardened progressive springs for the X-Maxx. They are about 15 quid, so they're dead cheap. You can see the progression hopefully with the springs at the top. They're tighter at the top, so should be a bit softer at the bottom, and then, you know, progressive, obviously, hence the name, progressively getting stiffer for the big lands. But they're significantly, yeah, I think that is a strong word, but I think it's the right word. They are longer than the normal ones, significantly. So they're a bigger spring. It's pushed the car up a little bit in its height. They are thicker, heavier. I think it does give you the spring rate, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. But they're about 15 quid for the set off Aliexpress. And running a 1850 spur. So I haven't had this out since the video with the bikini thumbnail. Best thumbnail I've ever managed, that. So this hasn't been out since then. When I was out with it last time, this was a dust bowl. It was dead warm. And I didn't bring the ramp. I was just on the sand. So a bit different today. Found another tyre. I've got tyres coming out my ears, I have, you know. I've got tyres everywhere. So last time I was here, one of the tyres went, you know, the foam all clumped. I had a horrible feeling I was going to have to buy another set of X-Maxx tyres, which aren't cheap. But amongst my piles of tyres, I had a sledgehammer and was able to I think it just needed a bit of gluing or something, which I did. And away you go. 4 decent tyres. So I did gear this down. Geared it down to I think it's an 18 now. 1850, because big tyres. Don't really need perhaps so much speed, probably just need a bit more, or I thought I'd just try it with a little bit of a bit more torque. And it goes really well. Fast enough, I think. Got a bit of preload on the back with these new springs. They feel alright. Can't tell loads of difference, if I'm honest. But the old one, they get tired, don't they, the springs? You know, like everything, you know, they're the original springs. So even just for even just for the sake of like putting some new ones on. I think for 15 quid, what you got to lose, you know what I mean? Just keep your truck nice, you know what I mean? Just refresh it a bit. I mean, they felt a lot harder than the stock ones, but the stock ones have been on. I knew I could get a double. The stock ones have been on it, you know, since new, so I suppose they do get fatigued. But the thickness is definitely, the thickness was definitely there on these, so that they are heavier. A little bit of bounce on the back. Perhaps take a bit of preload off, I don't know. Not bad though, is it? Got good traction on this wet. It done soft slip and slide. Look at that. Oh God. That was horrible. Didn't care though, did it? I like how you can save it. When it bounces up, you can give it more throttle and save it on the bounce, if that makes sense. You know what I mean. I meant that. Oh, that was an arm breaker. The last two landings really have been arm breakers. Think of the weight of this. Oh, when that lands like that, Jesus Christ. I think Craig's Crash and Bash did a slow-mo once of his X-Maxx doing something. I can't remember what it did, but some hideous crash, and he slowed down the footage, and the flex in the arm was insane. You know how much they can give. It was a really good little video he did of him crashing, but it did show the obvious advantages of having a massively plastic truck. Although Craig has now turned his into Terminator 5, and I think it's completely made of aluminium. Except for the arms. The arms are plastic. Bit of a sound, can you hear that? Let's have a look. Bit of moaning from the, could be the rear. There we are, look. It's the pinion. The little bastard. So, yeah, pinion again. Oh, that's going to be my next. I say my next. I have spent a fair bit of time trying to get these pinions to stick, but I'm going to try drilling a little hole in the motor shaft so that the grub thing goes down, and also maybe before I do that, maybe getting a flat grub rather than a pointed grub so you get a bit more contact. Literally, God knows, but jumping here seems to dislodge the pinion, and it's quite annoying. But on the list of things that can break, you know, pinion into, like, obviously it's game over now, but because I don't bother bringing any kit, but I really should bring just a couple of tools just to get that pin, because I could probably just screw that back down. But anyway, I've got washing to do and hoovering, things like that, so enjoy this weather. Waterproof shoes, Ons, these are waterproof, amazing, just what you need. Right, man and a dog there. Looks like a pointer, like a German pointer. Got another one with him as well. I don't know if you can see it. I think that looks like a Labrador, Golden Retriever, something like that. Possibly in season. Just tell by the smell. Right, on that hideous note, I'll go. See you soon. Hope you enjoyed what you did. Spring seemed great. See the shiny look rather than dull. Yeah, they seemed alright. They did seem alright. No issues. That tyre feels rubbish. I think that's the one I replaced. That's clumped. Oh, I've cut it as well, look at that. I bet I did that landing. Yeah. So I am going to end up buying another set of two. That's gone as well, look. It's the foam goes in them. I suppose they're big, aren't they? And they get a lot of... I mean, I vent them. I seal them on the inside and vent them, but... yeah, God knows. Anyway, speak to you soon. See you now. I can turn this off, no probs. Practice this in... have I mentioned I've been to Florida? All right, see ya.